Yeah, it's tough, Daniela. It is because you do get distortions if you don't shoot this perfectly. Let me give you a quick tip. What I would recommend doing is placing the paper down on if you're going to use your camera as opposed to a scanner, just make sure that camera is directly above the work and make sure you're perfectly level with that camera. So you're looking down like this right over the work and then you shoot that shot. Just make sure everything is level and that camera is directly above the work. That should eliminate any distortion. But I definitely agree. It's sometimes kind of tough. Scan in a perfect world, we all have scanners, right? Okay, let's go and take a look. Be sure to go to course announcements. I don't know if you've looked at Welcome to Week 2. There's 4 really super important videos in there. One actually demonstrates how to kern fire and ice. So there's a bunch of demonstrations in here, tips and tricks, etc. Things to look out for. And also these, if you haven't looked at these videos, and look at all the announcements, of course. You want to get in here at least 2-3 times a week and check. And I put all sorts of resources in here. So be sure you take a look at these videos before you submit your second iteration of Fire and Ice. This document is from one of those videos, so, and I consider that to be kerned and spaced perfectly. So we'll use that for comparison. And let me see, you're writing apology of camp. Oh, we addressed that. Going to we have some find out scanner. Okay, hang on one second. My dog's getting a little restless. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. We just had a little talk and he agreed to behave. So, all right, so let's go and take a look. We'll use this for comparison, right? All right. So the first thing we see is, yeah, that baseline seems that not. We'll use this as a straight edge. We can see that baseline. I'll place it on the baseline. This straight edge on this side of the baseline, and we can see it goes uphill. Okay, so that's going to be an immediate problem. You definitely want to make sure that the best place to start is making sure that baseline is perfectly level. I see you haven't indicated, or actually you have indicated your mean line, but it's really light, so I can't really see overshoot. I can see that you haven't accommodated for overshoot on the baseline. So you want to accommodate for overshoot. Show overshoot on the baseline and the mean line. Won't really have to on the cap line other than this area right here. That's the only overshoot on the cap line. But you want to draw that mean line in your final iteration so we can see overshoot. Overshoot, of course, is how curved letters hang above and below the mean line and baseline, respectively. And that's all covered in week 2. So look up overshoot and make sure you accommodate for overshoot. Make sure that you're not on slant. All of these letter forms seem to be on a slant. So watch your craft in that regard. As far as your spacing goes, I think you're pretty darn good here. Pretty good. Now, ice I think is kerned perfectly, and also I think is kerned perfectly. Fire is a little bit wide, right? This can be moved in just a little bit, and then this E can be moved in just a little bit. Those serifs, watch your serifs. These are really bulky. Look how tapered and smooth those are. So you want to depict those tapers and those bracketed serifs. And they're really actually a lot of finesse in those serifs right here. So yours, I think, are really bulky, so you want to watch that. Okay, so that covers letter spacing. Let's talk about word spacing. I think your word spacing is pretty good, but we get this natural break right here. The reason for that is that we have this open counter right here, and that's creating this illusion that this space right here is greater than this space right here. So you want to accommodate that by moving and just a little bit closer. As you can see, I've accommodated for that. So this space right here is just a little bit less than this space. So that means that there's no natural break here. The viewer reads this as fire and ice as opposed to fire and ice. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so other than that, I think it's a great start. Just a few things. We want to concentrate on craft. Want to definitely depict overshoot in the curved letter forms. You want to show that mean line and get those baseline, mean line, cap line to be perfectly level and parallel with one another. And other than that, I think it's a great start. So if you have any questions, if I can provide any clarification at all, please let me know. All right, great start. Thank you very much.